Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you've had a fantastic week. My name is Megan Nilsson, aka Crypto Megan. I'll be your host for today. And today I will be digging into some dirt, just deep into the rabbit hole of the XRP future. All you XRP fans, you're going to love this because I'm trying to bring you news that people aren't talking about that could potentially move these markets. And today we're going to look at it through the perspective of a 25-year stock exchange veteran expert, Linda P. Jones, as to why she believes the most recent development with Coinbase could mean an explosive future for XRP in the up and coming future. She predicts that November is going to be a massively bullish month and that we will continue on this bullish trend until June next year. And she's got some really interesting insights as to some other solid cryptocurrencies that should be on your radar according to the institutions. And I know what you're thinking. A lot of you don't like institutions. You think they're bad for crypto. I get it. I understand. However, if you want to know just where your scarce digital assets are headed and what's possible, I think it's important to consider all fronts and understand all angles as we come into the era of institutions like the BlackRocks, the Van Ex, the Fidelities of the world. And that way we know what to expect and what to prepare for. So today is a really special episode. I'm so happy to have you here. Before we begin, I'm going to give a few words of advice based on what I've been doing today and in my career. If you don't want to listen to this, don't worry. You can skip right on forward to the video and the interview with Linda. I have timestamps below in the description. So I have been working on big things here in Spain and Marbella, where I'm based, with the banks, with the government trying to establish a golden visa here in Spain, much like the one in Portugal that allows citizens to purchase real estate here in exchange for citizenship and to live here. And I basically just want all you guys to move here and live happily ever after here in our crypto community. But I just launched a massive initiative to allow any developers in Spain and real estate agents to accept cryptocurrency as payment for the properties. So it's huge. And you know what? At this stage in my career, the one thing that has worked really well for me and opened so many doors is the way that I carry myself, the way that I believe in myself, in the conviction I have in getting things done. A lot of people will try to run you over in any industry as you're growing, as you're starting to come into your own in any field. And it is so important how you transmit your energy. The way that you write emails, the way that you show up, the aura that you have, you've got to really stand your ground and just go in with the attitude of, I cannot lose, I cannot fail. I will do whatever it takes. It's just this energy. And that energy is the difference between closing a deal and not closing a deal, between reaching your dreams and not reaching your dreams. This no negotiation with myself. I can do this. I don't care what anybody says. I believe in myself and I will get there. And you know what? You will get there because manifestation and actually execution on that manifestation is real. So I hope that was some motivation for those of you out there chasing your dreams. You can do anything you want to do, anything you set your mind to. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So XRP fans, I know this is a very polarizing coin. You either love it or you hate it. It's the evil banker's coin, or it's going to solve all the world's problems. XRP is a part of Ripple Labs, and it was designed, this whole project, to facilitate cross-border payments that are near instantaneous and much lower fees, and XRP would be the liquidity for those transactions. So XRP has been working to get partnerships with banks and all the major payment rails, and they have been doing a lot in the scenes. So some are under the impression that the price of XRP has been suppressed for quite a while now. And today we're going to go over just why. I'm going to dissect this interview bit by bit so we can watch it in real time and see it together, and then let you know what I think is going to happen with XRP after it's all is said and done. First up, breaking. Oldest cantonal bank in Switzerland with $20 billion in assets opens XRP trading and custody. So now it's coming to light that a lot of these institutional trading vehicles are starting to add XRP. There's been ripple effect about this, no pun intended. Coinbase. So this is really what I want to dive into today. This is like really a real down the rabbit hole type episode. Coinbase came out quietly on October 18th and said perpetual futures have arrived. Coinbase advanced customers and eligible non-US geos can now trade BTC, ETH, Litecoin, and XRP perpetual contracts. So first, it's important to understand what a perpetual futures contract is. So crypto futures trading explained. Crypto futures give investors the opportunity to bet on the future price of Bitcoin or any crypto without having to actually own or handle it. Futures are a type of derivative trading product. These are regulated trading contracts between two parties involving an agreement to purchase or sell an asset at a fixed price on a certain date. In the case of Bitcoin futures, the underlying asset would be Bitcoin. So there are lots of arguments about whether this is good or bad, and the main argument is, well, this doesn't actually move the price because it's a paper contract, not the actual coin itself being bought and sold like a spot Bitcoin ETF. But we're going to hear from Linda P. Jones, who I mentioned before, her perspective on this and why she believes from the institutional Wall Street perspective that this means that massive price is incoming for XRP. Let's check it out. So she says here, Coinbase approving perpetual futures contracts for trading XRP means XRP is very bullish. If XRP's price was not going to fluctuate or change a lot, no one would be interested in trading it. Futures contracts allow for maximum leverage and can lead to outsized profits or losses. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, if you think this is good or bad for XRP. Number 2, Wall Street firms, mostly hedge funds, are the firms who trade futures contracts. This is about institutional money coming into the trade. It is not about retail investors. So that's why I keep stressing that today is from the institutional perspective as we enter the institutional age of the BlackRocks, Fidelities, and Venex of the world. This is bullish for XRP because it means that the large wave of institutional money is close to coming in and they want to trade on that volatility. And number 3, the fact that Coinbase is secretive about the countries approved to trade these contracts means it may be Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, etc., which are the jurisdiction for hedge funds and other offshore funds. Why the secret? Because the truth is too telling. Dum, dum, dum. Let's go ahead and dive right into what that truth is now. We're going to go into this interview with Linda P. Jones on just why she believes Ripple is set, XRP, the price of XRP, is set to explode. So first up, let's take a look at what her definition of a futures contract is.
Futures contracts are paper contracts that can be traded. You can trade any kind of an asset, and you can go long or you can go short. So you can expect that the price will go up, that's a long trade, or you can expect that the price is going to go down, and that's a short trade. And so the fact that these are coming out at this time says to me that there's some expectation of future volatility on the upside or the downside. But in the case of XRP, because it's only at 49 cents, it has a long way on the upside to go, I believe. And so I think that it was very good timing and a very bullish sign that these futures contracts are coming out and available, and XRP is one of the assets that has the ability for people to trade futures on.
So basically the ability to trade XRP to the upside or the downside with leverage, and she is explaining that she believes that it will most likely be to the upside because we've already experienced a lot of the downside in this bear market. So basically what it means is institutions are gearing up for big price swings, and that's what futures contracts are designed to do, to take advantage of that high volatility. So next up, what can you do with futures exactly? Let's delve a little bit deeper into this definition.
That's right. They can leverage futures. They can put down 20% and basically get 5 times leverage on the contract. So it allows for them to get higher returns by using leverage. And hedge funds typically do that. They typically use leverage in their trade. So they are, multiplying their outcome by many times by using leverage. And also with tokenization that we know that's coming on the blockchain, the whole financial system is in flux and is changing right now. So this is the time that you would want to have some sort of opportunity to be invested in the future value of these assets that are changing over, shifting, tokenizing, going onto blockchains, all kinds of things. And we're going to have, of course, a lot of new investments that we don't even have right now.
Okay, so they allow them to bet on the future volatility of the price. And if we are, speculating that XRP has seen a lot of its downside already, especially when it was dumping into oblivion, when I actually said to my group of clients at the time, guys, this is the time to buy. When XRP was at the height of its trouble, of its lawsuit, we didn't know if it was going to be deemed a security. And yeah, it was a big risk, except for, you have to place those bets when you believe in something, or if you think that it's going to come out the other side. Those are absolutely the best times to buy. And so now that they have come out the other side, Ripple has succeeded in its case versus the SEC. then, it's got a very bright future. So let's go on to see what else she says. Let's go into the meat and potatoes of what you guys all want to know, the price of XRP. Check it out.
Yes, I think that we've talked a lot about in the XRP community about the price of XRP, what its true value is, what its fair value is, what it could be worth if it's handling all the money or some of the money or a part of the money, right? And we know that that's ultimately going to be trillions and could be into the quadrillions even perhaps. And we can make good cases for that. And some people have different belief systems about that. And it may not be that XRP is the only one handling all of those funds, but the fact that there is a lot of liquidity coming into the system, and maybe we're at an important point in time where that's going to start happening in a major way, is what's leading me to sort of get this, blinking light going on that, hey, there's something important happening here. Someone thinks that this price may have some big movement in the future, and this is the right time to bring out these contracts.
Okay, so somebody somewhere out in the universe of the institutional liquidity believes that this is just the right time to bring futures into existence. Again, comment below if you agree with her philosophy and her ideas about this or not. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Next up, we have the DTCC. So the Department of Treasury Clearing Corporation buying Securrency. Let's check out why that's significant in this whole development and the 4 cryptos set to explode alongside XRP. Check this out.
Recent news of the DTCC buying Securrency, right, which is a protocol company or platform or what have you, that is going to allow for the digitized, tokenized settlement of securities using Ripple, Ethereum, EOS, and Stellar. And we know that the DTCC settles more than $2 quadrillion worth of derivatives every year. Your thoughts, Linda?
My thoughts are that those 4 particular cryptos are very strategic.
Yes.
If you think about XRP, that would be more for the institutional side and banking, currencies, etc. Stellar would be for the unbanked type transactions, so transactions that would help the everyday person that might be involved in the DTCC that involves, the average person. EOS, I'm not that familiar with, so I can't really say why they would have that in the DTCC. I'm sure I could do some research and figure that out, but also Ethereum, of course, has smart contracts. And so that's going to allow for certain assets in the DTCC to, work with smart contracts. So I think there was a very strategic reason they chose those 4. And I think that gives us another clue that perhaps we're moving into something pretty soon here.
So those 4 cryptos, those 4 strategic cryptos listed on the DTCC, interesting. And also take note on what she says about how XRP is more geared toward institutions, XLM geared toward the everyday person, etc. So smart contracts, of course, Big Daddy ETH. And it's all very, very interesting. I like to try to pick apart these clues to support my thesis. As you all know, all of this is just gathering evidence and clues and matching it with the charts to see what could potentially happen with these digital assets in the future.
Certain things coming together now, plus the cycle that we're in terms of, as Raul was saying, 1 year down, 3 years up. And then he was talking about the 1.5 years. We're kind of sort of in that. He was talking about Ethereum bottoming in June, and then, others bottomed in October. We're kind of getting into that closer time horizon where we're going to start to see the bull market again, I think. And I certainly have that for stocks in the November time horizon. I just put out a bull signal for the stock market, but I also believe that will be true for crypto, where we're going to have a really strong upward trend starting in November through next June. So I think that we're right on the cusp of some major price action. And the fact that we have this go live, I'm like, that's really interesting. Now we have the futures contracts coming out where people can make extra money and be leveraged on volatility on the upside.
Volatility on the upside. So there you have it. Her prediction of very bullish November running into the next cycle of the bull run all the way through June. So that's her prediction for the stock market alongside crypto. I will give you my thoughts on this and where we're at in the market at the end. We are almost coming to the end of the juice in this interview, but there are a few other things I think are really interesting to note. And she did say we might have one last plunge. I thoroughly believe that. I believe we might have one 20 to 50% drawdown in Bitcoin within the coming months based on various factors in the charts. So it makes sense what she's saying, and I believe that that could be true as well.
XRP, he invested in Ripple because he didn't think the metrics were right to invest in XRP. And that always stuck with me. Like, what do you mean? Well, he was right because I think they controlled the price of XRP for the last basically 2.5 years, almost 3 years now in December. And it's roughly, not been allowed to rise, or it's been controlled under the lawsuit and in a range. Now, maybe there's one more dip. That might be the time that certain people know maybe their opportunity to buy it up inexpensively. And that might be a strategy that's out there for people in the know. Just a hunch.
Okay, just a hunch for people in the know. This is the kind of content I want to bring you here on the Crypto Megan show. Just a hunch. I mean, so she's saying that basically institutions are looking for that one final plunge or drop in price to get in, and they think that could be a massive opportunity. One thing I will agree with her on is that it does seem that the price has been artificially suppressed due to the lawsuit, due to many factors, because Ripple, XRP, was one of the only coins in the last bull run that didn't surpass its all-time high from the previous bull run. And that is not normal for, the top cryptos. If they're going to survive and thrive and continue to grow throughout these cycles, it's more normal that they actually do take out their all-time high with a larger market cap as more and more investment comes in. So I think that's really interesting.
Get excited about them myself because I'm seeing one more piece of infrastructure be plugged in using Ripple and or XRP or intention to use it in the future. And when I see those things happen, I just see a puzzle picture becoming more clear and end up coming together where it's starting to truly fit the way it's supposed to and intended to. And ultimately, seeing those things continually play out in the manner that I want to see them happen, like the DTC news, right? Perpetual futures, the anticipation of more market volatility, which means more liquidity moving into the scene. Seeing all of those things, Linda, to me just tells me we're on the right path. As long as I stay the right path, that's what helps me be patient. Price will take care of itself.
Yes, and yes. Okay, what he's saying really resonates with me and rings true because in the last bull run, one of the things I said constantly was whether or not it's reflected in the price, all of the technology, the atomic brain drain of all the most brilliant minds in the internet gravitating toward Web3, building in crypto. I mean, whether or not that's reflected in the price, last bull run I said this, is irrelevant. What we must know is that it's happening and that it will play out. And as he says, price will take care of itself. Right now, the most important part is that the technology is in place, it's being developed, partnerships are being made, and we are going forward. So if you're here at the beginning of that and you're patient, man, you're going to do very, very well.
And that's why I tweeted that this is not just another crypto. XRP is not just another crypto. It is going to be in this new financial system. We've studied this from all different angles. We've looked at this. We've shown so much evidence and proof that it is coming. And I believe that the price has been held at a particular level for a reason and that is all planned. So we just have to wait and hang in there.
There you have it, everyone. XRP is not just another crypto. I believe it has a very, very bright future. Okay, so there you have it. A 25-year Wall Street veteran expert on the institutional side and on the Wall Street side is saying she has a hunch that big money is going to be coming into XRP soon, and she watches more what people do, not what they say, and that she's under the impression that the price has been suppressed for quite a long time. That being said, what do I think about XRP and where do I think it'll be headed? Guys, I think that this could potentially be a 3-digit asset, meaning if this goes well and it does get all the partnerships through with the banks and it does accomplish what it wants to accomplish as being the cross-border remittance for, cross-border payments and that institutional liquidity for banks, I think it has a very, very, very bright future ahead. And that together with the fact that they have defeated the court case against the SEC, setting the precedent for future cryptocurrencies, I believe it's going to do very well. And as you can see here on the chart, we did not surpass our all-time high that you can't see on this chart, but it did not go past the all-time high of the last bull run. So I think we're in for a pretty explosive price action from XRP. And here I've noted that the previous all-time high was at 384, and we are a 7.2x away from that. Well, we were when I did this. We're already at 60 cents now. So I do think that this is a good play at the moment, and I will be looking to keep scaling in on pullbacks. And where do I think it could go in the bull run? Hey, it's hard to say. It's hard to say with an asset that's been this suppressed for this long. It's kind of like silver. It gives me the vibes of silver, that silver's also been suppressed artificially. So double digits, here we come. I hope you enjoyed the show today, and I'll see you tomorrow.